A very good evening. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. And first up, the Mandya Development Authority seems to be caught in a storm of controversy yet again. Fresh allegations have surfaced that indicate that officials of the Development Authority have siphoned off money by selling government sites illegally. Not just that, prominent politicians including District in Charge Minister Ambarish and JDS leader N. Cheluvarayaswamy has surfaced for their allegation in the scam. The irregularities estimated to be worth over 5 crore rupees. Well, political bigwigs this time around have been named. Remember, the Muda scam is something that came to light last year, but now yet another case with regards to the Developmental Authority, this time around that it has illegally sold government sites. And of course, among those names such as Ambarish as well as Cheluvarayaswamy are doing the round, stating that they too are involved in the scam. It is understood that this irregularity could be worth over 5 crore rupees. Well, what we understand is that these allegations point that the development authorities have siphoned off money by selling government sites illegally. And of course, the reason that this scam once again takes prominence is because last time, while we did see that this scam was worth a huge amount, this time we're also looking at several political bigwigs involved, the likes of Ambarish and Cheluvarayaswamy also being named. It is being said that Ambarish could have in fact sold land in Mandya illegally. And a huge allegation there. We'll have to wait and watch to see if anything comes off all of these accusations. But as of now, of course, it looks like it could be trouble for not just the Mandya Development Authority, but also for prominent politicians. My colleague Harish joins us live from the newsroom with more information. Harish, over to you. If you could take us through exactly what these prominent leaders have been accused of and whose names are now doing the rounds.
Well, the scam that we are looking at dates back to 2002 in a lottery allocation system. Roughly around 2,051 sites were allocated by the Mandya Urban Development Authority, and later on there were several sites that were not taken by any residents, and there were few that had to be returned by people, and roughly around 400 odd sites were remaining. And the Mandya Urban Development Authority, in a not legal way, went ahead with a particular scheme called on-the-spot allocation of sites at throwaway prices. And in this particular scheme, several politicians from Mandya have been allocated sites. This includes Ambarish, N. Cheluvarayaswamy, the JDS leader and former Nagamangala MLA, and you have M. Srinivas, H.P. Ramu. Several leaders of Congress and JDS have been named or have got sites in this layout. Remember, any urban development authority, whether it's the Bangalore Development Authority or other development authorities which are into planning and making layouts and selling these layouts, are doing it for the society and for the housing purpose. And if you go by the rules of different rules of the state government, it makes it very clear. One, you cannot allot sites for people who already own land in that district or for people who do not plan to stay in that district. One. Second, you cannot allot land on an ad hoc basis. There has to be a seniority list. Also, you have to follow the law, and it makes it very clear that whoever purchases this land cannot sell this land within a 10-year period. But if you look at this case, if you go by the details that is available at this juncture, Akshita, on the 17th of August 2002, Ambarish is allocated a site in Vivekananda Nagar that is developed by the Mandya Urban Development Authority. This is allocated to him at a price of 3 lakh rupees, and on the 6th of August in 2011, that is less than 10 years, he sells this site to one of his known persons, and which is a violation of rule. This is the first violation. And also, if you look at the second violation by the current housing minister, he, in his own affidavit that we have right now over here, states that he has farmland in Mysore and Mandya district as well, and he makes it very clear that the agriculture land that he owns is in Kere Hobli, Madur, that comes under the Mandya district. This is around 6 acres, 39 gunta of land that he owns, and he says this has been inherited. So it's clear that the current housing minister has land or inherited land from his father in Mandya district. He has this for a number of years now. So he was ineligible for a site by the Muda or any other development authority over there. One. Second, he majorly stays in Bengaluru. He's not a full-time resident of Mandya. So there's one more violation. These are some of the violations, whether it's Chelluvarayaswamy or Ambarish or other politicians. But the big question over here, Akshata, is that how did Muda go on allocating or giving out sites at such a ad hoc process, with such a ad hoc process, around 400 sites? And remember, this is a scam that is said to be around 100 crore rupees, and it is also, there are demands demanding that there should be a CBI probe into this particular scam. But there are voices in Mandya which are stating that the current housing minister is blocking CBI probe into this particular scam, Nishita.
Right, Harish, thank you so much for joining us with all those details. But of course, quite a bit of allegations there against several prominent politicians, especially Ambarish. There's no doubt that that is the one that will be highlighted of them all. And with the documents at hand proving that there is some sort of irregularity, there's no doubt that Ambarish will have to come out and explain exactly what this means, considering that he himself is the housing minister. Well, we're joined in by Mr. K. Mathai, the Muda Commissioner. Mr. Mathai, what we're looking at is yet another scam, but this time prominent politicians being involved, the likes of even Housing Minister Ambarish. If you could give us more information about this scam.
Yeah, see, regarding this Vivekananda Nagar Badavane issue, in fact, regarding any individual's name, I have not reported to government.
ಚಂದಾದಾರರು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಯನ್ನು ಹೋಲ್ಡ್.
Right. Well, it seems like we may have lost Mr. Mathai there. We will get back to him for more details. But of course, a land scam of sorts coming to light, and the likes of Ambarish, Chelluvarayaswamy and several other prominent personalities, prominent politicians have in fact been accused in the very same. And of course, with regards to Ambarish, considering that he is the housing minister, there's no doubt that he could be slammed if he does in fact come out guilty in this particular scam. There are several documents that also prove that he could in fact have a role in this scam. The Muda has come to light in the past for scams. Last year as well, we saw an involvement in one such scam. This time around, several big names also being involved. Well, once again, we're joined in by Mr. K. Mathai, the Muda Commissioner. Mr. Mathai, you were telling us about this particular scam that has come to light.
Regarding names of any individuals, we have not given to government. We have only written 7 reports to government about the illegalities involved in the scheme itself. So we have not mentioned any individual's name right now. Hello?
Right. Go ahead, Mr. Mathai.
Yeah, we have, what happened in the year 2002, Vivekananda layout has been formed. Okay. Since then, several schemes have been, drawn, like Nimma and, Baddi, HVR Baddi, and then lottery system. And like this, many schemes were drawn. What has happened, most of the schemes were illegal. Okay. For the reason that they have neither of them the government permission nor Karnataka Urban Development Act permits.
Okay.
Hence, we have reported to government that those schemes which have been, formed by the Pradhikara, that is Muda, is illegal.
Okay, Mr. Mathai, if you could take us through, as per your assessment, of course, how many sites have been allotted illegally, and what kind of losses are we looking at?
Yeah, now what has happened now, today I have sent a conference report to government, wherein I have stated now almost all the sites which have been disposed have got one or other, lacunas. And in fact, at the present government rate, it is a 300 crores loss to the Muda. In case if those sites are now cancelled, and if it is auctioned, in the present rate, we are likely to get 300 crores.
Right. Mr. Mathai, also, of course, you are the one who has brought this entire scam to light. So what kind of action have you suggested with regards to those who have flouted the rules? Right, it seems like we may have lost Mr. Mathai there, but the Muda Commissioner, Mr. K. Mathai, is the one who in fact brought out this entire issue to light. He submitted a detailed report to the state government on March 18th with regards to this particular scam. It is understood that the former Muda Commissioner, in fact 3 former Muda Commissioners as well as about 13 other officials have caused such a loss of around 100 crores to the Development Authority. So huge loss coming to light there, and this is due to the illegal allotment of about 400 sites. Well, there's no doubt that if in fact several of these people are found guilty, this will be one of the most highly publicized and biggest scams ever come to light with terms of Muda. Also, of course, the likes of Ambrish, who is the housing minister, has been named. So no doubt this will lead to a lot more investigations and will not die down with this.